Hello, I'm going to start a new painting now, and I have my beautiful 6x6 canvas here. And what I've done is I have my palette, and it's here. I'm not going to be focusing so much on these colors. I'm going to be mixing them wet on wet, so they're going to be drastically changing directly with direct painting on the canvas. I'm using my palette knife. And what I did is I picked up a little bit of sienna brown. I mixed it with some tea white and then some permanent green, and I have this color. And I'm going to kind of, as I pick up other colors on the palette, I'm going to pick up some whites, and I'm going to keep moving these colors with my palette knife, and I'm going to pick up some yellow. So you can see my background drastically changes colors each time I pick up something different. Now I'm picking up some green, and going back, and I have some white on top. And I'll show you what that does. And I turn my palette knife around too on the other side. So I'm picking up colors on both sides, and I get this. And it's just a way for me to build up my background real fast. And sometimes to bring, some of those other colors in there. I might have some browns that I want to incorporate. Just kind of just rubbing this into the background. Scraping it a little. Going back with some yellows. And it makes your background a little bit more interesting than just the regular, boring, flat color. And you can pick up whatever color you want. I'm going to do contrasting colors, and this is how I'm preparing this background for that. And again, it's wet on wet, so you're just laying these colors on top. And I'm just pushing down a little bit, scraping in some places where I want to extend the color. And now I'm starting to mix the colors all together where the borders are less. They're not as easy to see. And I'll show you what that looks like up close. So we kind of get this. See? And then I'm going to let that dry. I could do something if I wanted a smoother look, and I could take my rag and I could just smooth it out. And sometimes I do that when I want a less textured kind of look. If I just want to smooth the colors. So this is the way it looks, kind of textured. And I'll show you. I'll take a little bit of my cloth here. And I don't want this background to be too loud because I am going to put brighter colors on top. So I can just take this and I can just kind of smooth it out, in some areas, just lightly with my rag. I can also dot it if I want to, like this, where it has that more soft impressionist look. And I can add white to it if I want to change it all together. And now I kind of have this going on. You can see how it's softened. You can have it texturized or soft. And that's preparing my background for the first painting that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to move that color like I had it to the sides of the canvas. And then I'm going to come back to this, and I'm using that same kind of technique where I'm just picking up, some white and just blending it in. And I just have about 4 colors on here. Again, I have that permanent green mixed with some white and some brown. And I'm going to do that on the other side too. Pick up some yellow. And I'm going to put some permanent green directly in that yellow. Pick up some white. And I'm just blending it directly on the canvas. You know, I want to have a variation. So I want each side to be a little bit different. And put some more yellows in there. Not afraid to kind of pump it up. I can always change it. Remember, I'm adding white. If I want to make it look a little bit more opaque, I can add those browns in there too. Get that? And in my mind, when I'm doing this, I'm very relaxed. I'm just thinking of like kind of like a spring kind of theme. What would those colors look like for me? What do I want to have in my landscape here? You can see when I pick up these different colors, now I'm going to pick up some brown. I can blend them directly on the canvas. I'm going to go back with some white. Make it a little bit more opaque. And again, you can take that rag or you can take your palette knife and smooth it all together. I'm going to do that on the other side. And you really have to have a place where you can sit this to dry where it's flat. Okay, you can see, and I'll show you. I'm going to put some more of my yellow in here, a little bit more brown. Get rid of those spring greens. I can even scrape it. You know, when I scrape it, the colors come together in a different way. You can make it brighter or not. And you can keep changing it. You know, this on this side, you can see how it drastically changes in this. So now I'm going to put this flat, and